From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, January the 13th, 2022. 8 Jewish and pro-Israel organizations are urging the U.S. Senate to advance supplemental funding to replenish Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. Christians United for Israel, the Jewish Federations of North America, the Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations of America, Hadassah, the Women's Zionist Organization of America, the Jewish Council for Public Affairs, the United Synagogue of Conservative Judaism, the Union for Reform Judaism, and the Anti-Defamation League, all signed onto a letter sent to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, reading in part that withholding funding for our closest ally, while terrorists continue to threaten their people, puts Israel in grave danger, increases the likelihood of innocent Palestinian and Israelis being harmed in another round of conflict, and hurts American standing and national security interests. While the bill for the additional funding for Iron Dome has wide bipartisan support, it has been blocked multiple times by Republican Senator Rand Paul. Israel's Minister of Environmental Protection, Tamar Zandberg, met yesterday with Jordan's ambassador to Israel, Ghassan al-Majali, in Jerusalem. Zandberg said of the first-time sit-down between the two, this was an important meeting in which we discussed cooperation between the two countries in the fields of environment and climate. Zandberg's meeting with al-Majali follows the signing of the largest agreement signed with Jordan to date this past November, which will see the construction of a major solar power plant in Jordan to provide electricity for Israel, and a desalination plant in Israel to provide water for Jordan. That agreement was coordinated by the United Arab Emirates. The nominees for the Screen Actors Guild Awards were announced today. Among the Jewish nominees in film, Andrew Garfield received a Best Actor nomination for the film Tick, Tick, Boom. And in television, Michael Douglas was nominated for The Kominsky Method and Brett Goldstein for Ted Lasso. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, January the 13th at 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 7:30, Ellie Cohanim speaks with Pastor Mario Bramnick of the Latino Coalition for Israel. At 8, Jonathan Tobin speaks with legal scholar Eugene Kontorovich. At 9, Marcus Sheff talks about Palestinian textbooks on L'chaim. At 10, Russell Robinson and Gil Troy discuss Zionism. And coming up next, it's Good Week Israel. Well, we end our newscast today with the passing of a hero, Commander Aryeh Leib Eugene Lebovitz, a survivor of Auschwitz who went on to serve as an Allied translator to help reveal Nazi military locations, and later helped save other survivors of the Holocaust, smuggling them into pre-state Israel. He served in the Haganah and commanded troops in Israel's War of Independence. Lebovitz was also a loyal fan of JBS and a very special friend to JBS President Rabbi Mark S. Golub, speaking with him many times a month. And we are so grateful that Lebovitz made a legacy gift to JBS and actively encouraged others to do the same. Rabbi Golub described Lebovitz, who was a guest on JBS's L'chaim in 2016, as a true gibor, hero of our generation, one who survived Auschwitz and death marches to become a force for establishing and then sustaining the modern state of Israel. Everyone he knew respected him and loved him dearly. Well done, Aryeh Leib Eugene Lebovitz, commander and hero of Israel. Lebovitz died last Thursday. May his memory be for a blessing.
How much can I give? What can I, because to me the pleasure is in giving. If you are able to give, you are the luckiest individual in the world. Okay? That's all.